How is this engagement of being the team director going so far for the team?
Yeah, look, it's going really, really well, Sawera, and I need to get out there exactly what the role is. So I've set up the whole international cricket support staff structure. They all report into me. We plan, strategize. I'm busy just putting together all the last little bits of strategy in terms of the Sri Lankan players, venues, etc., etc. And the players do the coaches then go out and do the day-to-day coaching. However, come the start of the World Cup, I'll be full-time with Pakistan. So I then move into the Pakistan role for 6 months full-time, live in Pakistan and am incorporated back in that way. So it's a role that works. It's done a lot by other international cricket teams. We see the likes of Rob Key, we see the likes of Ben Oliver at Australia. So it's a role that works, and one that I think is really needed, because it takes away from the pressures of the day-to-day running of the team, which the coaches do and the coaching staff do, but it allows me a helicopter vision of our whole structure in terms of strategy, in terms of selection, and in terms of structure. So it's working really well at the moment.
And you know that you've been here before. You know all these players really well. You have seen these players from being a rookie to being a star right in front of you. Mickey, does it make it, is it easy, or does it make it tough to make them understand your philosophy now? Because you have been connected to these players. You have seen Babar Azam grow the way Babar Azam has grown to being the captain of Team Pakistan. Is it easy or difficult?
No, it's very easy, Sawera, because I've been in touch with these players right from the time that I left Pakistan. I've watched every game. I've been involved in their careers going forward. Even though I wasn't coached, I still had a lot of communication with these players. And if these players weren't involved, if I didn't have a massive interest like I have and passion for Pakistan cricket, and particularly this group of young players who have now become world-class players, then I wouldn't have taken the job. But I've taken the job because I totally believe in these young players. Yeah. I believe that giving them structure, giving them security, giving them peace of mind, helping them still develop their games even further is something that really excites me. And I know that with this core group of players, well, they're not so young anymore, but they're still very, very talented. Yeah. Pakistan cricket needs to achieve more than it has over the last little bit. Pakistan cricket needs to be winning World Cups. We go to Sri Lanka now, where we start the next phase of the World Test Championship. Pakistan cricket need to be playing in the final of that World Test Championship in 2 years' time. We have the talent. We need to play a brand of cricket that's reflective of our talent, and not the way we've played over the last couple of years.
And over the period of time, I believe you have realized that these boys just need a pathway, a proper pathway, just to move further and just incorporate their talent, because the talent is there. We always talk about Pakistan having a raw talent, but there is this way and pathway that they require and need to perform at that level. So then comes in the play the Pakistan way. What is the Pakistan way, Mickey?
It's something that I sat down, myself, Grant Bradburn, Rian Al-Haq, we sat down and we worked out, what do we want this team to stand for? Now, this team has an incredible supporter base. It's got a very, very passionate fan base, one that I'm very, very passionate about as well. It has numerous amounts of talent. There is so much talent. The players just need to understand They just need to understand the meaning of what they're playing for. And they also need to be given the wings to fly. And when I say given the wings to fly, I'm saying they need to be able to go out and express themselves within their characters. World cricket has changed.
Yes.
And Pakistan over the last couple of years hadn't changed with the times. the game has gone to another level. So if we want to compete with the best, and I'm talking England, I'm talking Australia, I'm talking India. If we want to continually compete with those teams, we have to push our game to the limits.
Sure.
Now, the Pakistan way pushes those games to the limits. It's a more aggressive game plan. It's a more aggressive style. But with that more aggressive style comes a sense of security for the players. It also is very clear in terms of the role definition of the players. And it also is a philosophy that we want to be inculcated all the way down through our Pakistan Shaheen program and into our under-19 program.
Yeah.
So that the players that are in those groups know exactly what the Pakistan way stands for, but they also know what the structure is, and they also know their pathway into becoming the player that they want to be. So it's a very, very good document. It's one that I've presented to the players, it's one I've presented to the staff, and it's one that we are continually working towards. If you had a look at the camp, we've had spin camps, we've had batting camps, we've had pace bowler camps. We've invited the best players over the last couple of months to the NCA. We've sold them this program, and Grant Bradburn, his coaching staff, and Rian Al-Haq have done a wonderful job selling this philosophy to these players. We want the players then to have a very clear pathway of what it entails and what it looks like for them in terms of their roles in order to become the best players they can be. So it's a very simple philosophy, yet so deep in terms of how far it reaches to players in Pakistan.
Mickey, yes, on the grassroots level, maybe even on in that under-19 time frame, you can mold the players that way. Do you think at the national level, will you guys be able to mold the players that way? How will you go about it?
Yeah, it's very easy. We can mold the players, and I'll tell you why we can, Sawera, is because they've got the talent, because they're good enough. They've just got to believe in their ability. But as I said earlier, with us wanting to take these players to another level, we've also got to back them in. So what has happened in the past, because of the instabilities always in Pakistan cricket, players get picked. Then there's a change in coaching staff, and then players have got to prove themselves again because the new coaches come in and change the philosophy up. And it happens all the time. So what you find is players becoming very insular and playing for themselves instead of playing for the team. And now that's a natural reaction. Exactly. And if they start playing for themselves because they're insecure in their environment, because they're playing to be selected for the next test and the next tour, etc., what happens is players aren't allowed to go out there and express themselves. They play a tentative brand of cricket. So from myself and my staff, we are trying to give the players the security. We're trying to back them in. We're trying to make it very clear that it's a team-first policy and not individual. Because if we get the team operating to the best of their ability, there's no team in the world that can stop us. In terms of all the other little stuff, it's the little 1%ers that make a difference, Sawera.
Yeah.
When you're talking about international teams and you're talking about the best, and I believe Pakistan is in the best bracket. When you're talking about the best, it's the 1%ers that make a difference. All the players have the talent. All the players have the ability that are playing there. Again, the players just need to feel backed. They need to know exactly where they stand. They need to know exactly what's required of them. But then the 1%ers come in. The 1%ers for me that we can control is fitness levels. We can control our fielding standards.
Yes.
We can control our running between the wickets. Those little 1%ers that we can control are going to be the difference for us in beating the best or not beating the best, because the margins between the top teams are so very small. So we can't let the 1%ers slip at all. That's where myself and the coaching team are going to be particularly pedantic in the players understanding exactly what we want from them.